As North Dakotans, we have experienced much this past year. Truly, an entire flock of black swan events, combining flooding, drought, an ongoing global pandemic, market crashes, historic, rapid, and huge economic contractions, all during a single year. These have tested us in ways that we could not have expected. Yet, as we look forward together to the 2021 and 2023 biennium, it's clear that our state is well positioned to rebound and recover, thanks to the courage, the grit, the ingenuity, and yes, the resiliency of North Dakotans. Today, the state of the state is one of optimism and new beginnings, built on our confidence of overcoming adversity and the knowledge that we will emerge stronger than ever. Here today, we pause for reflection in the midst of a fight that is not yet over, but one in which we are gaining positive ground and making significant progress daily. Thanks to the incredible efforts of our federal, state, and local partners, communities, businesses, families, faith-based organizations, nonprofits, and the citizens of North Dakota. As often happens in an emergency, heroes emerge from the crisis. And we've had no shortage of heroes in North Dakota in 2020, starting with our frontline healthcare workers. These individuals who have truly been doing life-saving work every day, putting themselves at risk to help others in our clinics, hospitals, and long-term care facilities. They've given them tirelessly of themselves, and in doing so, working together, truly are saving lives. This may be new to all of us this last year of a pandemic, but our state has been here before. A century ago, the Spanish flu of 1918 ravaged our state, our nation, and our world. But following that, it gave way to the Roaring '20s, a period of rapid growth and widespread economic prosperity. In 2018, we surpassed 760,000 residents for the first time in the state history. And last week, the Census Bureau quietly released the July 1, 2020 population estimate, which listed North Dakota's population at 765,309, another record for our state. Looking forward, we have a historic opportunity to invest in infrastructure, diversify our economy, build healthy, vibrant communities, support research and innovation, transform government, and build true legacy projects for the prosperity of North Dakotans for generations to come. Together, we can set our state on a positive trajectory by leveraging the ingenuity and resources of the private sector and harnessing the power of the Legacy Fund. And we can accomplish all of this with a fiscally conservative state budget that holds the line on general fund spending, invests in our priority, maintains healthy reserves, all without raising taxes. We embark on this journey from a relatively strong position. Despite the pandemic having tested our nation's economy like no other event in recent history, and in part, we're ready to respond because we were largely able to keep North Dakota's economy open. Based on a survey of Bureau of Labor Statistics late last summer, North Dakota had the third lowest number of establishments that experienced any kind of government mandated business closure, and the sixth lowest that experienced a decrease in demand for products or services. Today, we still have over 13,000 job openings in North Dakota, and that's even with the global collapse of the energy sector before our first COVID case. North Dakota today has a lower unemployment rate than 38 other states. North Dakota's farmers continue to lead the nation in the production of wheat, canola, edible beans, sunflower, oats, and honey, and rank in the top 10 in soybeans, sugar beets, potatoes, and lentils. We're thankful every day that our farmers produce the nation and provide the nation and the world with plentiful, high-quality food supply. On the energy side, oil production continues to rebound past 1.2 million barrels a day in October, and we are meeting our gas capture targets. We're deeply grateful to those operators who continue to invest in production and infrastructure, and that will keep our state well positioned for the future growth as the nation's #2 oil producer. as well as open up new opportunities to add value to our abundant ethane supply through plastics manufacturing and electricity production. North Dakota continues to be a powerhouse for the nation, ranking 6th in total energy production, thanks to our all of the above approaches that embraces oil, gas, coal, hydroelectric, biofuels, wind, and solar. With eyes fixed on the future, we also continue to invest heavily in unmanned aircraft systems. This past year, thanks to the legislature's action last session, we launched Vantis, our first of its kind statewide network for flying UAS or drones beyond the visual line of sight, with initial deployment in western North Dakota. Attracted by this infrastructure investment, 15 new UAS companies were recruited to North Dakota in the past 18 months, contributing to a significant percent year-over-year in industry growth in UAS. Moving on to the biotech sector, the growth in that sector that is happening is incredible. And advancements in autonomous farming technology at Grand Farm near Fargo, and the announcements such as Plug and Play's innovation platform also give us cause for optimism about the future of our state's economy. Our economy also thrives with tourism, recreation, the arts, and culture. Our historic main streets are coming back to life across the state, from Cavalier to Devil's Lake to Williston. All of this adds up to North Dakota being a great place to live, work, and raise a family, which we all know, and many national scorecards have affirmed in this past year. Our state was ranked #1 in air and water quality, 3rd in the best place to raise a family, and we also received top 5 rankings in economic performance, infrastructure, and the best state for millennials. By continuing pursuing our strategy to prioritize innovation over regulation, we can position ourselves to play a leading role in feeding and powering the world well into the future. And this past year has shown us the power of individual action, of individual responsibility, and the difference it can make. Here in state government, agencies came together with a whole of government response that prioritized saving both lives and livelihoods. The Department of Health lab scaled up to a level never imagined, from processing 2,000 samples per day to 7,500. The lab staff grew from a small team of 18 to a team of 140 team members from the Department of Health and from the North Dakota National Guard. The heroes in our state agency are too many to list, but every single one is appreciated and deserving of our gratitude. Fortunately, we have new tools at our disposal to fight COVID, with effective vaccines, plentiful rapid tests that help screen out asymptomatic positives and break the chain of transmission, and effective therapeutics that can drastically improve survival rates when administered at the right time. This battle is far from over, but we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we've got the tools to get us there. Thank you to all of these everyday heroes. We have right to expect that we can build and create a high-performing education system that is responsive to the emotional, physical, and academic well-being of each individual. And should that individual choose an education pathway in a career academy, like the very successful one here in Bismarck that teams up higher education, the private sector, and K-12, he or she shouldn't have to live in the capital city to have access to that type of learning model. For our students and for the future of our workforce, our budget called for providing $45 million to support the expansion and development of similarly successful career and technical education centers across North Dakota through matching grants funded through our proposed bonding package. In spite of our present challenges that we face 2020, in fact, our future has never been brighter. Now is the time to make bold investments in our future. Before this talk today, I was standing in Memorial Hall and thinking about this building and how this arose in a bare field at a time during the Great Depression. Those that went before all of you in the legislature at that time made a decision to boldly think about building infrastructure that would support the future. And here we are in this beautiful room 90 years later, benefiting from their vision. We have the same type of historic opportunity today to take advantage of low interest rates, to bond for roads and bridges and other immediate one-time infrastructure projects, to create a permanent gift for future generations in the form of a $700 million revolving loan fund. And the beauty of the $1.25 billion bonding proposal is that it doesn't raise taxes, even one single dollar, and it doesn't even rely on tax revenue for the repayment of those bonds. Rather, these legacy bonds would use just a small portion of legacy fund earnings to retire the bonds, giving us an opportunity unlike any other state to invest in our future. Our interactions speak to the very core of who we are as North Dakotans. Let us show the world that North Dakota is an exceptional place, not just for our powerful contributions to feeding and fueling the world and driving innovation, but let's show them it's an exceptional place for our ability to demonstrate how deeply we care for each other, our communities, and our state. God bless you, God bless the great state of North Dakota, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.